first brand which I'm going to talk about today is Dilemma. Dilemma is around, it's a US based, basically in New York, it's a US based company and they are into high fashion garments. They are almost around 20 to 25 years old company now. So they are, they are, what they do, they are designers. They create the beautiful artwork based on the famous known artisans, artists like Picasso, Kandinsky, or Marco. And those artworks, they transfer into their whole collection. They create the whole theory line, whole storyline on based of those artwork. They have their entire range. It's like, because they are into beach wears and the resort wear, and also into same collection on the formal party wears. Age group could be 40 plus. Now, what is their business model? When we talk about their business model, because it is very established brand, so they already found their niche. In that case, very straightforward, very no extra overheads. When I came to know about it, I really got impressed on the founder of this brand. So they contacted to the very specific trade fairs. Before I talk about it, I want to tell you, when they had their artwork ready, they used to send, though they send their artwork and the tech pack to the supplier for the samples. They get just two samples from the suppliers for their entire range, and based on those two samples, they take part in these trade fairs. So these trade fairs are for B2B purposes. B2B and basically for the retailers. So now, when they take part in these trade fairs, they make sure they have to be present there repetitively. So from last many years, they visit these trade fairs regularly, and they don't like to break that chain, so that their customer know, okay, Dilemma is going to be there on that particular fair, and we have to visit to have our collection. So in this case, customers know them and they know their customers. Now, when they take part in these trade fairs, these boutique owners, resort wear or concept stores, or the shops near any summer estate in US, they come on two conditions. Number one, they know the collection, they already know their client interest and Dilemma interest. It's a good match, but they always have the condition that the styles what you are selling us under your brand, you will not sell them in our vicinity, because we do not want any competitor in our area. Dilemma happily accepted it. Now, because these trade fairs are meant for sale, and in that case, most of the exhibitors, they sit there with the PO. Dilemma block the order there and then itself. All these retailers, they block that this is style, these many quantity, this is style. So in 3 days fair, Dilemma come back home with the clear clarity of how many styles and which order has to go where. Now, in 1 week time, Dilemma present these PO to their suppliers, and they give them 2 to 3 months time for the production. In 2 to 3 months time is good enough, because these suppliers already have done the sampling, so they already have the clarity. And once the production is completed, that is the time third party inspection done, and once they approve, boxes are packed and their payment is released by Dilemma. Now, when Dilemma has presented the order, that time all the suppliers, they have given the same, almost the similar delivery timeline, and their delivery company, that freight agency, is based at one place in New Delhi, and they collect all the boxes together. All the boxes are dispatched and collected by Dilemma in one go. Now, Dilemma doesn't need to have any warehouse or any extra handler, because they receive the shipment and they receive it. And because I have visited there, they are based in New York, so they have got a beautiful house. So in the basement, in the big hall they have put up all the racks and shelves, and then they segregate the whole collection there, and boom, in a week's time it is being segregated and again boxed, packed for their retailers and gone, and Dilemma is ready for now their next season's collection. It feels like as if it is a very clear cut, but there are still they to find out this business strategy, they must have figured out so many ways how and which trade fairs, what type of niche, what type of target clientele. Definitely. Before I move ahead, I have to tell you something because this is very close to me. Whenever we as a supplier, we create any sort of collection or production, we are not supposed to keep even a single piece of that sub clientele. But here I requested Dhun, the lady name is Dhun, I requested her, can I wear one of her kimono? And one day during holidays in Madrid, in Spain, somebody stopped me and asked me from where I bought this kimono. I told her, sorry, I haven't bought it, but I can give you the email ID of the person and they can definitely come back to you. I came back home because why she could recognize it, it was having Kandinsky print, Kandinsky artwork. And she said that, and can till then I did not know that Kandinsky is a Spanish artist. After that, I googled it and I got surprised. Oh, I was wearing Kandinsky print and I was visiting in Madrid and I didn't know about it. I wrote in the night to Dhun that Dhun, so and so happened, and why don't you start taking part in Spain or in Europe as well? Because these artists are well known and people could resonate your print with them. Thankfully, she followed that and she started taking part in Europe trade fairs also. But my question here is, why did I give all this news to Dhun or Dilemma? I didn't need to do that. I did it because of two reasons. Number one, I built the trust with that brand, with that founder. And number two, if you want to help, if you help these people, definitely indirectly you are receiving the help because you are going to get your orders repeatedly.